the most important thing for these individuals is to reestablish deep restorative sleep. So one of the key things that happens with these individuals is they develop insomnia.
Sure.
Struggle to fall asleep, struggle to go to sleep, stay asleep. You know, with pain, it's
100%.
brutal, right?
100%.
So they get in this cycle where they're not sleeping, and some of them for decades. And we know if you're not getting deep restorative sleep on a consistent basis, you increase your inflammatory chemicals by 40%. If you got somebody already has a lot of inflammation, and then they increase that inflammation by 40%, right? And then they have a low pain threshold. It just makes sense that's where we would focus, right?
Right.
So there's keys that will allow them to raise that pain threshold.
Got it.
One of those is, and I use this analogy, that we're all born with a stress coping savings account. And in that stress coping savings account, we have certain chemicals that allow us to deal with stress. And all day long, we're under stress. We
Sure.
don't think about it. Our body's releasing serotonin, the happy hormone serotonin that people have heard about, dopamine, which is a pain blocker, cortisol, DHEA, magnesium. Anytime you're under stress, you're releasing a lot of magnesium for the mitochondria. These folks have bankrupted their stress coping savings account.
Sure.
Something came along that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Failed marriage, toxic work environment, an illness, a surgery. And when that happened, that was it. And they can never get that vitality, that self-healing ability to work.
Interesting.
And then the symptoms just start to pile up.
Timed eating is also important.
Interesting.
So trying to eat your last meal of the day at least 2 to 3 hours prior to bedtime
Got it.
can really help your blood flow to be not directed to the gut area, but to do all these other restorative functions, especially in the brain,
Right.
where you can sleep more easily, because the old view was that the brain and the gut are sort of sealed off from each other by the blood-brain barrier. But now we know the glymphatic system freely communicates with the gut and the brain. It's really a cleaning and cleansing system and detoxing system in the brain, and that's why sleep is so important to maintain memory, mood, and creativity. So many creators and inventors actually dreamt these big ideas
Sure.
during deep sleep.
Yeah.
And so that's why even things like when you eat, not just what you eat,
Right.
matters. And then other simple things that can help you in terms of falling asleep and staying asleep is other than darkness and light and temperature and timed eating, is really your just mindfulness, like meditation.
Sure.
It's simple, cheap, easy,
Right.
and just paying attention and focus to your breath can really help with your sleep as well. And you don't have to be a Zen monk or anything like that.
Right.
And there are many, many ways to do guided meditation.
Right.
But if we just let go and allow ourselves to sleep
Right.
and pay attention to that, it can really help us sleep. And the other would be, I would say, balancing your hormones, and especially your stress
Got it.
can really help.